On today's primetime local news, police-involved shooting, investigators now looking for videos captured by the public that could help them with their investigation. And Lakeland College gets College of the Year award from NKBA for their interior design program. Plus, local author gets on the Forbes list of 20 books that will make you a better coach or mentor.
Prime time local news, serving the Lakeland and Midwest regions.
The investigation into Sunday's incident in Lloydminster that resulted in one deceased man and an injured RCMP officer is ongoing. Now they're asking the public for any footage that could provide help. We had a chance to speak to two women who experienced the pursuit of the stolen truck firsthand on Sunday. Josh Ryan has more.
What started as a leisurely stroll with her daughter turned into something quite different for Jenny Olson.
I was walking with my daughter with her sleigh, and we noticed some noise coming down the street. And that's when I turned and seen a vehicle going a little faster than they should be.
Like many residents, Olson was left wondering how the chase would finish.
I hope nobody gets hurt. That's a little too fast. I wonder what was going on. I just prayed right after, just worried that nobody gets injured through this chase.
People like Amanda Sweeney, who was out driving, saw the chase on multiple occasions.
We went for our would be a regular Sunday drive like we always do, and next thing you know, we were kind of in the middle of it per se because it was all through town, so we were just going here and about and always coming across them. At one point we were to the lights by KFC and at the stop to take a right, and then one of the RCMPs come flying by around the corner with their rear bumper on the back end loose, and that was when things really started feeling truly like you were in a movie. It was unfortunate, but it was like you were in a movie.
Both are thankful the incident didn't harm any others.
There was quite a few occasions throughout it that I was said, oh, we noticed RCMP are behind them per se, not right on their tail. And I took that as possibly they were looking for the safety of everyone else. As much as they wanted to stop them, it seemed like they were keeping pedestrians in mind.
And both are thankful that this doesn't happen every day.
This area of town is pretty quiet, so seeing that was a little eye-opener, but at the same time, I have faith in the police officers that they do the right thing to keep this town safe.
Josh Ryan, Primetime Local News.
With tax season fast approaching, there are some tips you should keep in mind before you file. January 1st was the earliest you can file for your tax return. However, it's recommended that you wait until the end of February since you may not have all the documents you need before filing.
Technically, you can start filing as early as January 1. Now, having said that, there's a lot of tax slips that most individuals would have, especially if you're employed. T4s are a most common type of tax slip that individuals would have, and those the filing deadline for that is February 29th.
One of the biggest changes this year when it comes to your returns is the residents in Alberta and Saskatchewan may be able to receive the climate action rebate.
There's the climate action incentive tax rebate that's available. You get X amount of dollars. Depends on a few factors, but it may be available to you that rebate would be available upon filing your tax return.
If you'd like to make an RESP contribution, March 2nd is the last day that you'll be able to. The deadline to file your tax returns is April 30th. One local author was recently featured on a Forbes list highlighting some of the top books for those looking to become better coaches or mentors. Our Jasmine King has more.
Jeff Hilderman released his book Clone Yourself in 2019, which focuses on mentoring and being a better leader.
It's essentially a step-by-step guide to building your dream team and automating your business. So I think a lot of entrepreneurs, subscribe to this notion that to be successful, it's hustle to the max 24/7. You have to wear all these hats and basically be everything to everyone and do everything yourself. So, clearly that's not true. And I actually believe that it's this hustle culture that's actually killing the next generation of entrepreneurs. You know, your dream business shouldn't get in the way of living your dream life.
Hilderman was featured on the list of 20 books that will make you a better coach or mentor on Forbes' website.
I was quite excited. You know, it's obviously a dream to be featured in Forbes, but when you get into this business, you know, it's all about serving others and making an impact. So, you know, just to be recognized at that level, especially, you know, being a self-published author, coming from a small town, it's obviously extremely exciting, but also, you know, a little humbling at the same time.
The book has been out now for almost a year, and since that time, he's celebrated a few accolades.
It's been very well received. It has become an international bestseller on Amazon. The book has actually been picked up from a few independent bookstores as well. So yeah, it's definitely gaining some traction and a little bit of a following as well.
Hilderman mentions that being a recognized author while also being self-published goes to show that you can be successful while being self-published.
Being featured on the Forbes list directly underneath, say, Russell Brand's book, I mean, it just goes to show you that, you know, the self-publishing industry is really gaining its own credibility. And the fact that, you know, virtually anyone can do it now, so it doesn't matter if you're in a big city and you have a bunch of connections or you just have a great message and you're from a small town. You know, anyone can, with the right message, can make a difference.
Clone Yourself is currently available for sale on Amazon. Jasmine King, Primetime Local News.
Well, a big day for design students at the Lakeland College. The National Kitchen and Bath Association named Lakeland College the 2019 NKBA College of the Year for its interior design technology program. The celebrations happened today in the cafeteria at Lakeland College on the Vermillion campus. This program is one of 5 from across North America recognized with a 2019 Excellence in Education Award. Marking the 16th year of student award winners, Lakeland is continuing its winning streak in the NKBA Student Design Competition.
This is their second time winning that award, 2019. First time they won it in 2017. They were the first Canadian school to ever win this award, and they're competing with schools from all over North America. So every other degree and diploma program they beat out for the second year.
The school believes that this award shows that their students are dedicated and work hard since they specialize in kitchen and bath design. The program receives lots of support from Lakeland College and has been successful with their students receiving scholarships as well.
So this year Emily Hartley won a $5,000 American dollar scholarship. And Shaylin Brisbourne also placed. So it's an opportunity for them as well to show that how they have achieved a high standard. The award really does belong to the students, and we're very, very proud of them, both past students and present.
And now a look at your weather with our Abby St. John.
Thanks, Judy. Taking a look, we are currently sitting at -8, fairly cloudy skies. We did experience a nice, clear, sunny day today, which was nice to see. 21 km/h winds coming in from the southwest, making it feel closer to -15 with that wind chill. There's about a 30% chance that we could experience some flurries overnight or early this evening into tomorrow. We are predicted to get about 2 to 4 centimeters, or about 2 to 4, even 5 centimeters of snowfall here in Lloydminster. -8 also out in Cold Lake, -5 in Athabasca, -4 in Edmonton and Jasper, -6 in Red Deer and Rocky Mountain House, 0 in Edson, and -7 in Whitecourt. On the Saskatchewan side, -8 in Meadow Lake, -10 in Prince Albert, Melfort, and Saskatoon, and -9 in North Battleford. Overnight in North Battleford, there is about a 30% chance of flurries tonight as well. Into tomorrow, they're predicted to have about 2 to 4 centimeters. Overnight tonight, the temperature will drop to -11, and that wind will be at 9 km/h coming from the west-southwest and remain that way tomorrow, however, coming from the south-southwest with a daytime high of -6. In Cold Lake overnight, there's a 60% chance of snowfall overnight and into tomorrow, where they're predicted to have about 5 centimeters of snow, with the temperature dropping to -10 overnight, and that wind will be at 6 km/h coming in from the west and pick up to 11 km/h tomorrow coming in from the southwest with a daytime high of -6. -6. Here in Lloydminster overnight, like I said, about a 30% chance the snow could start tonight, and tomorrow about 4 to 5 centimeters of snow is predicted. The temperature will drop to -10 overnight, and that wind will be at 15 kilometers per hour coming in from the west-southwest, and slow down to 11 kilometers per hour coming in from the southwest tomorrow, with a daytime high of -4. However, it will feel closer to -14 with that wind chill and a low of -10. On Thursday, a fairly cloudy day with a high of -6, which will feel closer to -12 and a low of -8. On Friday, again, we'll have a little bit more sun with just a little bit of cloud coverage throughout with a high of -4, which will feel closer to -14 and a low of -8. That is a look at your 3-day forecast. We'll have more news coming up after the break.
Welcome back. A food security task force in BC is recommending ways to use technology and innovation to strengthen the economy and agriculture sector. The task force's findings include creating an agriculture and agri-tech institute in partnership with post-secondary institutions and reviewing land use planning policies and regulations to make sure the agri-tech sector has a place to grow. The task force was asked to recommend that support food security and the growth of the agriculture sector, focusing on using technology and innovation to increase competitiveness, efficiency, and profitability. Among other things, Agriculture Minister Lana Popham says the recommendations align with existing government initiatives. And now here are your agriculture prices for today.
We're a part of less than 5% of Canadian auto body shops and Lloydminster's only locations with certified collision care recognition at City Centre Auto Body.
The Lakeland College sports teams got together to make some noise for mental health awareness with a video they released over the weekend.
To be an athlete, you have to be ready to compete at the highest level.
The idea behind Make Some Noise for Mental Health is to break the stigma surrounding mental health on college campuses. The main focus of the initiative is to bring awareness, empathy, and understanding through open-minded conversations about mental illness, health, and wellness. Make Some Noise is led by athletes, staff, and students, athletes throughout colleges in Canada. 76 colleges participated in 2019.
And together we will end this stigma.
And together, we will end the stigma.
Everyone knows what happens on the ice, but what happens before that? Our Evan Kenny takes a look at how the Bobcats prepare for a game in this week's Beyond the Boards.
Players, coaches, and trainers all have to prepare before a game. For the Bobcats, more goes in than some might expect. For a lot of the boys, sewer ball is their way to get loose.
Sewer's a big one for me. Usually play like 10 games a day, so feeling pretty confident today. Just had a nice win at the end there, but other than that, I just get a tape routine, and that's about it really for me. Get a good stretch in, that's it. So.
Even when the team is warming up for competition, there's still a competition.
I wouldn't say I'm the best, but I'm up there. I like that T-Mac. He's unbelievable. He's got a sidearm like no other. Can't really see where the ball's going, but other than that, Max Stewart, unbelievable player. Coventry, great guy.
But they don't just play games before battle. Dynamic stretching is arguably the most important part of a pregame routine.
Because they're on the ice daily, it's really more for maintenance and keeping them in shape before they go out there, because as soon as the game starts, there's harder hitting, they're skating harder, and it's just to protect their bodies before injury happens.
Players add in their own special pregame routines as well. For some, that's riding the bike. Others, it's taping a stick.
Mosiman. He doesn't really he doesn't play sewer with us at all. He's very dialed in. Same as Josh Diaz, the other goalie. He's very dialed in with his ball routine and his warm up, and just stay focused. Doesn't talk to many people. Just listen to his music. So.
Damon added, the warm-up is supposed to get the players' minds engaged in the game. Sports psychologist John Stevens says the majority of a hockey game is a mental game. If the warm-up doesn't get the team engaged,
okay, threes here. If they put two in like this, we're gonna.
The team's pre-game talk will.
Make sure we have a night here. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Friday night. Enjoy it. What else you want to be doing? If you didn't want to be here, you wouldn't be here. Because everybody's got the option, and you're here. So lock it, load it, be ready to go, put in 60, do everything you can, do it for your teammate, do it for yourself, do it for your family, have a night.
And from there, it's game on. Evan Kenny, Primetime Local Sports.
Beyond the Boards is brought to you by City Center Auto Body. For over 35 years, City Center Auto Body has been your go-to auto body shop.
Now another look for your evening weather with our Abby St. John.
Thanks, Judy. Taking a look at our satellite radar, lots of the snow mixed rain activity outside of Edmonton and the surrounding areas, making its way more east in the Vegreville area, St. Paul, Bonnyville, Lac La Biche, Cold Lake, and making its way here to Lloydminster. There's about a 30% chance that we could see some flurries tonight overnight. We're predicted to get about 5 centimeters of snow tomorrow, as well as up in Cold Lake as well. They also have a 30% chance of snowfall tonight and about a 5 centimeter fall of snow tomorrow as well. On the Saskatchewan side, lots of chance of snow overnight in a lot of the main regions, Meadow Lake, St. Walburg, Maidstone. Down in North Battleford, there is about a 30% chance of snowfall overnight and about 2 to 4 centimeters of snowfall at that. -8 currently here in Lloydminster as well. -9 in North Battleford, Pierceland, and Green Lake. -8 now in Meadow Lake, -11 in Isle of Cross, -10 in St. Walburg and Maidstone, and -7 in Macklin. On the Alberta side, -8 in Vermillion, St. Paul, Bonnyville, and Cold Lake, -9 in Marwayne, -6 in Provost, Wainwright, and Vegreville, and -4 out in Edmonton. And tomorrow here in Lloydminster will be -4, as well as in St. Paul, -1 in Provost, -3 in Wainwright, Vermillion, and Lac La Biche, -2 in Vegreville, 0 out in Edmonton, -5 in Bonnyville, and -6 in Cold Lake. On the Saskatchewan side, -14 in Isle of Cross, -8 in Green Lake, -7 in Pierceland and Meadow Lake, -6 in St. Walburg and North Battleford, -4 in Maidstone, and -1 in Macklin. And across the region overnight, mostly snowy conditions. Meadow Lake, Isle of Cross, Pierceland, Unity, Paradise Hill, Bonnyville, Provost, Murnum, and Wainwright all could expect to see some snowfall overnight. -11 in Meadow Lake and Unity, -16 up in Isle of Cross, -10 in Pierceland and Wainwright, -8 in Bonnyville, -12 in Paradise Hill, -9 in Provost, and -7 in Murnum for your overnight temperatures. And your school day forecast for tomorrow at 8 a.m. it'll be -5 with that chance of snowfall, about 5 centimeters. And then by the time recess rolls around, it'll remain -5 with that heavy cloud coverage, which will be the trend for most of the day. At lunchtime, it'll be around -4, and then by the time school is out, it will remain -4, but we'll have a bit of sun peeking through those clouds, and a low of -10 for tomorrow. On Thursday, it'll be a high of -6 and a low of -8 with a mostly cloudy day. On Friday, we got a bit of sun with a high of -4 and a low of -8. To start your weekend off on Saturday, it'll be a fairly cloudy day with a high of -7 and a low of -15. And then on Sunday, a mix of sun and cloud with a high of -5 and a low of -12. To start your week off, again on Monday, a mix of sun and cloud with a high of -6 and a low of -10. And then on Tuesday, a fairly cloudy day with a high of -7 and a low of -13. That is a look at your 7-day forecast. We'll have more news in the question of the day coming up after the break.
It's that time again for Question of the Day, and today marks the 20th anniversary of World Cancer Day. How far has cancer research come? That was the question. I mean, has it come a long way? I think it has, but it also needs to go further. There's so many people that, you know, we lose a lot of our family members, friends, and stuff like that. And I think from Terry Fox run way back in the day when it began, I don't know if it's come that far. I mean, it's come that far. There's immunotherapy and there's different types of things that they've found, but a lot of people are saying that it hasn't come that far.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's definitely what all of our comments alluded to.
Yeah.
It's not come far and it needs to go further. One lady did mention that, it hasn't gone further because I lost my husband at 50 to brain cancer.
Yeah.
So I do agree that it has come further than it has, but it definitely needs to go further because we're raising awareness and billions of dollars a year for cancer research, and yet we still have family members and friends lying in hospital beds dying of cancer or sitting sick while they're receiving chemo treatment and then experiencing all of those side effects afterwards. Like, we're still experiencing that, we're still going through that, and so it needs to go further because we're still losing too many people.
That's true, and I think we continue to do that, and it's unfortunate because there's so much money that's being put in to find a specific thing that can help, our cells. I mean, cancer is a mutation of cells, and then chemotherapy and other stuff just blow up everything, right? It doesn't save any perfect cells or anything like that. But what's sad is when kids go through that and they have to suffer and they have to be put onto, let's say chemotherapy that is an adult stuff, right? They don't have some for kids. So I love the fact that they're coming up with new things, new therapies, new ideas and stuff like that. And I think we've come a long way, and I hope that we can get to that point where we can eradicate cancer completely. That would be a dream.
Yes, I think everyone can be in agreement on that. That it doesn't matter how much money the industry makes because they make a lot of money off of people having cancer. Yeah. But that shouldn't matter. That shouldn't be a factor. And I think everyone who isn't part of that agrees that cancer is something that destroys everyone, no matter who you are.
That's definite. And let's lighten up a little bit and talk about some of the pets. Thank you for sending your pets for a chance to win a gift card from the Pet Pad.
We want to see your pets. Send photos of your pet and their name to our Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram to have them featured on Pet of the Day. Your name will be entered into a weekly draw for a gift certificate from the Pet Pad.
Joined here with Becca from the SPCA, and she's brought in Raul, an adorable black cat, which I had the pleasure of being with during your jail and bail, and I can advocate for him. He is probably one of the most gentlest cats. He's a little squirmy right now, but when he wants love, he is just so loving, and the claws never came out when I was with him. He has gotten significantly bigger. But tell me just a little bit about his story. I don't know much about other than he's super gentle.
Yeah, he came into the shelter actually November 1st, so he's been here for a while. He's about 8 months old, so he came in a little bit younger as well too, but so we don't want him to keep growing up at the shelter. So he's actually, we've waived his fee now, so he's free to adopt. And it's just, I don't know what it is. Sometimes it's the black cat thing, but he's in a condo with 2 other black cats, and they're all just the most lovable boys. They love each other. But he's gonna make a good cat.
And how has he reacted with female cats or even dogs barking or other noises like that?
He doesn't seem to mind the dogs too much. He is in an area where all the dogs are in those extra condos that we made up for the cats. But we haven't really had the females in there with him, but I mean, he loves everything that kind of seems to come near him, so I don't see him having an issue. We always find that the male cats seem to get along a little bit better than the females initially, but yes, most of the time I don't see much of an issue with him.
And he would be fine with any household, really, any type of setting?
Yeah, like I mean, initially again with dogs, he might be a little bit hesitant when they come up to him, but again, it's kind of been in his surroundings, so he's a little bit used to the noise anyway. But yeah, like I said, he's squirming a lot here. He's trying to get away from me, but he's more or less nudging me than not using his claws. So he's really good that way. And he's just a gentle boy and he just loves to play.
Oh, definitely. I can attest to that. I have a picture of him sitting on my head.
Yeah.
So he loves the attention that I found. We were talking just a little bit, speaking of adoptions, you have your PetSmart adoption event this weekend, correct?
The Pet Value one.
Pet
yes,
Value.
Yes,
Yeah.
at Pet Value this weekend, so it's Friday to Sunday. Friday we'll have it from 4 to 7. I know, buddy, you just want to play. And then Saturday, Sunday, it'll be both 12 to 3. And then, but yeah, we'll have our longest residents there. So
Just wants freedom.
him being one of them.
Yeah.
And then we'll have one puppy, and then again, both of his condo mates and a couple other. They're all our longest residents, so we're going to have special pricing on them as well too. But yeah, so if you want to come check us out there, we'll have all these fun guys there.
And you have your Valentine's Day pictures coming up as well. Give just a little bit of details just pertaining to that.
So that'll just be next week at PetSmart as well too. So we're going to try and do it for about 4 hours. We'll set official times by the end of the week, but I think we're going to do it on the 13th, so the day before Valentine's Day, just to keep it from conflicting with dates or anything like that. But I mean, this guy is definitely looking for a new Valentine.
Yeah.
If you're interested.
Definitely just wants to go and run around and explore. But again, just looking at him, the claws aren't coming out at all.
No.
So it's more so just that he just wants to be let go.
Free.
And we also were talking, you are almost gone, almost all your dogs have been adopted.
Yes,
You're still pretty full on cats, but your numbers have increased as well. That's amazing to hear.
Yes, yeah. So this last January, we did 9 more adoptions than last January. So it's a bonus for us. So we're hoping to keep it going up. Last February, we were at 25 adoptions. So we hope to at least surpass that for sure. But yeah, like we're doing really good. And even with, we get the upper respiratory going through and everything, we get the cats healthy and happy to go. But that's another issue that we see too, right, with the higher numbers of cats. They get a little bit more sicker, quicker kind of thing. But yeah, for the most part, we get them healthy and then get them adopted so they can stay healthy.
Well, perfect. Thank you so much for coming in and bringing in Raul.
Yeah.
And hopefully now that he's free, the adoption fee is waived, he'll be able to find his home very quick.
Yes, for sure. Us too.
Thanks.
Manage your waste and recyclables with Quick Pick Waste Disposal. 100% locally owned and proud to serve and support the communities we call home. Quick Pick, the convenient solution to avoid pollution.
Furniture set and design supplied by Furniture Gallery and Furniture House, downtown Lloydminster.
I'm happy to be joined here today with Tyler Lorenz, the Program Director for Residence and Recovery here in Lloydminster. And today we're going to be talking about the downtown location, unfortunately on the brinks of closing, and what Residence and Recovery does for the community and how this will affect us all. So thank you so much for taking time out to come and talk to me. It was devastating news to hear about the downtown location unfortunately having to close down, but the fight isn't over quite yet, as you are, the entire community is scrambling to get the funds needed. So tell me just a little bit about the process that it's been so far since learning that the building could close.
Sure. We've been waiting for some government funding to come through for some time now. We did a few applications last summer, I guess, and we're still waiting to hear on those. Things are still looking promising on those, but I'm not too sure on the time frame that funds will become available as well. Alberta government is really looking as well to funding programs such as ours. But again, the timing isn't quite what we needed. So we've tried to hold on as long as we can until that funding comes available. The community's gotten us through the first year and a half, and that is just great. I mean, we're so grateful that we've been able to offer the program for as long as we have. But we found ourselves, just getting a little bit further and further behind to the point where we just couldn't make our bills this month, and so as such we had to, issue a plea for more support from the community in hopes that we can get through, until funding is available from the government.
Now, just reading different people's different stories and their journeys and stuff, Residents in Recovery helps so many people in Lloydminster and surrounding areas. So how, if your building closes, how will that hurt our community or our city?
Yeah, we've had 70 pre-treatment sober living people come through the program since we opened, 19 post-treatment. So we've had many people come through. Many of them are doing very well today. They're individuals that struggle with addiction, up until they got into the program. Some came from jail, some from the homeless shelters, and we've really helped them turn their lives around. And it helps everybody in the community when this happens. These are individuals, many of them, were caught in that life of crime and finding themselves, in the justice system quite a bit. Where they were walking the street homeless, every day, and pulling those people off and getting them the support that they needed. Many of them are back working now. Many are back with their children, living normal lives. It's great to see, and it's going to really impact, families as well. We tend to look at the addicts or the alcoholics as the only ones that we help, but the reach is pretty dramatic when we consider all the families that we impact as well by helping these individuals get through their addiction and into recovery.
Which is incredible for everyone, not just those that you are helping. Like you said, it helps families and just the community in general, just helping these people get back onto their feet. Now, we mentioned, we were talking just a little bit off camera, you mentioned that you're about 40% to your goal. I've seen posts on Facebook saying, what can we do? How can we donate? So what are you kind of asking from the community, or have people approached you saying, what can we do to help out, and how can they do so?
Yeah, the community response has been incredible. We just did our very first fundraiser actually on Saturday at the Olive Tree. They're a huge supporter of us, and we raised $2,400 there at that lunch event. We have hit 40% of our $35,000 goal. That $35,000, catches us up on everything that we were behind, as well as gets us all the way through February. We have a shortfall of approximately $12,000 a month, and we're really aiming to get through to May. So our ultimate goal is actually $59,000, but we'll take it, month by month, as long as we'll keep the doors open as long as we hit that 35 and see where we're at. Each month,
So how can people donate real quick before we wrap up? What can they do?
Sure.
Where do they bring their donations and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, donations can be dropped off at the center, check, cash, or through the Lloydminster Region Health Foundation. You can do that online through their website, LRHF/donate, and just pick Residents in Recovery from the drop-down box. Or drop off a check at the Health Foundation as well. We don't do tax receipts, but the Health Foundation does that, so they are all tax deductible as well.
All right, well, thank you so much, Tyler, for coming in. This is an amazing place that really just can't be closed because of the amount of lives that it's helped save and help just get back onto their feet. So thank you so much for coming in, and I hope that you guys raise enough money to stay open for at least a couple more months, just until you get that funding that you need.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
I'm Justin with Boom 1019 and Hot 93.7, and here's what's happening. This Friday is Vegas in Vermillion. It is going to go off. It's going to be a fantastic time. If you want to check that out, it is happening at the Vermillion Regional Center. You're going to have cocktails, a gourmet 3-course meal, and then a 2-hour fun casino where everyone's a winner. You could walk away a millionaire. It's going to be a good time. Then literally the next night, have some fun over here in Wainwright at the Elks Hall with the Heartstrings and Roses Gala. It is going to be a terrific event. They're going to have both a silent and live auction. There's going to be a delicious meal, entertainment. It is going to be a lot of fun. Now, I know some tickets are available. It might be slim pickings, but this is pretty much a last call for that event. It's going to get booked up pretty quick here. So if you are interested in going or wanted to go, grab your tickets right away. Then Tuesday, February 11th, the Service Sports Center will play host to the annual Spring Community Registration and Information Night. The 4-hour evening hosts 30-plus local community groups and associations, including football, soccer, and cultural organizations. If your community group is interested in a booth, please contact the Service Sports Center at 780-875-4529 for prices and information. And then for more information or to register, visit lloydminster.ca/register. The deadline for that is today, so if you want to do it, make sure you do it today because space is limited. I'm Justin with Boom 1019 and Hot 93.7, and that's what's happening.
I was excited about tonight until you told me about the weather tonight.
Well, there's only about a 30% chance of snow, but we are expected to get about 5 centimeters tomorrow.
That's not bad.
It's not terrible, but it's you know, it still
it's
sucks.
something to look forward to. Anyway, and that's it. That's a wrap for tonight's show. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you again tomorrow.